Now, it's been reported that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will not be joining the royal family for Christmas, despite receiving an invitation from the Queen. This has put more than a few noses out of joint. I'm now joined by media writer at the Australian and Sky News contributor Sophie Elsworth. Sophie, thank you for your time. A royal source has said that the move by Meghan and Harry is to avoid media attention. But has this couple been shy about avoiding media attention?
Oh, look, Rita, don't get in between Meghan Markle and a microphone. I mean, this woman is one of the most narcissistic people in the world who is obsessed with getting in front of a camera. And I think the royal family should be very pleased that this insipid couple aren't actually going over to England to enjoy Christmas with them. But let's not forget here on a serious note, the Queen has had poor health lately. She did lose her husband, Prince Philip, earlier this year. It's a special occasion, and for those two to not attend is a very serious matter. But like I say, I can't imagine they'd bring much joy to the Christmas table, given in that Oprah interview earlier in the year, they deemed the royals as racist. So why would you want to celebrate Christmas with this couple that it's all about them?
Well, yeah, who've gone on multiple platforms, not just with Oprah, and air their dirty laundry, their family clashes, and again this accusation of racism where they've really smeared the whole family without naming the supposed individual who's responsible. But you did mention there that this is the first Christmas after Prince Philip's passing, so that's one reason why a lot of people seem to be upset that this invitation was rejected, because you'd think everyone would be gathering around the Queen. Her partner of 70 years plus isn't there on a special occasion. You would think she'd want to have her family around. Now, royal sources are saying that the couple are avoiding media attention, but Meghan was on Ellen DeGeneres' show, marking her first TV interview since that Oprah tell-all. How's that been received?
Rita, this is just trash at its finest. I mean, first she's sitting down with Oprah on the back of this couple saying, respect our privacy, we're moving to America and leave us alone. So she does this sit down with Oprah and tells the world how racist the royal family are, but doesn't name anyone, so just shames them all. And now she sat down with Ellen, which is a very odd move, given that Ellen herself has had her own problems. That show has had many much bad press with issues behind the scenes and accusations of Ellen not being a very nice person to work with. And there's Meghan sitting there in a clip that's been released. That's right, Rita. And this clip that was released in the preview ahead of it airing tomorrow shows Meghan talking about how she drove this bomby old car to auditions to try and get jobs, and she couldn't get in the front door of the car, so she had to climb through the back door of the car to get into the driver's seat. She's trying to make out she was this poor soul who couldn't afford a proper car and how tough she did it. I mean, she is just an awful person. I cannot wait to not hear from her in the media again, but here we go again. She needs the microphone, Sophie, and off she is at a time when the royal family's concerned.
Sophie, you're a media writer. Trust me, you'll be reading and writing about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry for a long time to come, because despite their assurances to the world that they were fleeing the royal family and Britain to live private lives, they've been more present in the media than ever. You mentioned there's been a clip released from that interview. We haven't seen the whole thing yet. Let's have a look at that clip.
Your car that you used to drive to auditions was a very special car.
Yes, it had a life of its own. So I had this very, very old Ford Explorer Sport, and at a certain point, the key stopped working on the driver's side, so you couldn't get yourself in through the door. So after auditions, I would park at the back of the parking lot, and I would open the trunk and climb in, and then pull it shut behind me and crawl over all my seats to get out. That's how I would come to and fro.
Oh, charming, charming story. I'm not sure if I believe it, but on that interview, a royal author has said that Meghan's interview with Ellen's sparked dread from the palace as the royal family brace for more revelations. Do you think Meghan has any more revelations in the tank? Is there anything she didn't tell Oprah? Any other grievances that could be aired?
Oh, I'm sure Rita should come up with something. I mean, how insincere is this woman? I mean, she just oozes insincerity. She's sitting there trying to make out she's like the rest of everyone while she's living, you know, like the rest of the population, yet she's filthy rich, she's narcissistic, and she's got nothing nice to say about the royal family. And I would be concerned if I was the royal family, because goodness knows what's going to come out of her mouth next, and she often has very little things that are nice to say anyway. So the less we hear of her, the better, and I'll be glad when this interview's aired and gone, and hopefully the royals can get on with it and the Queen recover.
Well, I'm hoping that we're going to just have the Holy Trinity, that we have Meghan appearing on The Project, being interviewed by Lisa Wilkinson. I think that will be just the perfect end to this year.
Please.
And from us here. What have we heard from Harry recently? He copped a bit of heat last week because he's been very silent on Netflix and the Crown series and the representation of his mother, which is supposed to be not all that accurate and not all that flattering. Certainly, Princess Diana's good friend Jemima Khan has left the production and said she was really quite dismayed by how they were going about things. But Prince Harry, Sophie, we know he's got a massive deal with Netflix. I don't know if that's behind his silence. He just hasn't come out and made any commentary, any criticism about how his late mother's being represented.
Well, Rita, as I said, don't get between Meghan and a microphone, and don't get between Harry and a checkbook. I mean, these two are so hypocritical. They're really just a match made in heaven. I mean, imagine sitting around the kitchen table in their household. How dreary and dull would it be, how they moan about the world. But I'm surprised Harry's not sitting on the couch in front of Ellen. Where's he this time? I mean, Meghan's come out on her own, but let's brace ourselves, Rita. I mean, hopefully this is all we'll hear from them for a while. I'm done with them for 2021. I've had enough of hearing from them.
Oh, wow. So you've put a ban on Harry and Meghan. That is brave for a media writer, but I applaud your boldness there. You may have to break your own promise there. Sophie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Rita.